Receiving incoming transmission.
Ooh, jeez. Do.
Look what Mommy did this morning. And this is what we're gonna make to send everybody for Easter. I made one, a prototype. Look. I made these little eggs and a little chicken slice in there.
Is there one for me?
Yeah, we're gonna make them.
Is there one for me?
Yeah, we can make you one too.
All right, folks. Well, hey, I'm going to go ahead and roll because there's a couple of people watching. Sorry for the delay. So, I was posting stuff to Google Classroom. So, we're going to talk about dates here in just a second. I'm posting the last little thing right now. I hope all of you guys are doing well. I know that it's got to be interesting sitting at home and trying to go through all of this stuff. But, you know, I know that we're all growing from it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be linking the FFA timeline video here. And when I get that, which I am linking right now, I'm linking that. That is going to be incorporated into your review. So you can get all those questions and data and stuff. So what we are doing, and I just saved it and posted it all to Google Classroom as we speak. So your little 3 review questions, which is your assignment to do for this week, is supplementary. Now, I know spring break is coming up, you know, sort of crazy. You think we're sort of on break already, kind of feels like, but, you know, we're going to keep rolling. So let's see. First off, let's talk about the questions we have on this review. So you'll see that I just linked on Google Classroom, and for anyone who wants to go back, I have the YouTube links up there now. So there's 3 questions for this review. Is what were the biggest dates in FFA history in your opinion? How do you think you can see FFA change in the future? And what office or position do you feel is most important to an awesome FFA program? So what I've done, folks, is I have linked 2 videos, my timeline overview and my discussion. Now, if you go back into all of your Google Classrooms for whatever class you're with me, you know I've had officer reviews and some of the other stuff, so you can go back over that information. But I want you to just answer them in little 2 to 3 sentence questions based on our discussion. So our discussion's first question today is, what were the biggest dates in FFA history and why? So here's my opinion. I put down the biggest dates in FFA history as basically what you're comfortable with. From everything from 1917 when Smith-Hughes Act passed all the way up to 2016, which is when FFA permanently, not permanently because it does hit it every now and then, but when it moved back to Indianapolis for its national convention. Now, you've done all these dates with me. Some of you who are in second level courses have seen it 2, maybe 3 times, especially if you've had Ms. Rakowski as well. But I wanted to talk to you guys today about what you think the most important date is. When I think about it, I have 2 dates in mind. And there's not any particular interest in why they're the most important in opinions, but they're the two most important ones to me. Number 1 is 1928. Why 1928? Well, this is when FFA officially got started. And this is just my opinion. This is how I would answer the question. There is no wrong answer. You can go with it however you want. I went with 1928 because FFA was officially started at this date. It was the foundation of how we started the program and moved forward. The great thing is, there is really no wrong answer. I just think you couldn't build upon anything without the foundations put in place. Next, if I had to answer that. Next is I put 1969 actually, and not just because all my kids giggle when I bring up that date. No, I think when women were admitted to FFA, it changed the premise of what FFA was. FFA was a traditional farm boys ag club. When women were admitted, it changed the image of what we looked at for FFA. We started adding some more science-based CDEs and less things that were based around agronomy and livestock. And as a result, we moved forward to the science revolution of FFA. And that all began around 1969 when we admitted women into FFA. Because even in 65, when NFA and FFA merged, we were still very much agricultural-based, agronomy-based, livestock-based. We really didn't start pushing the science precipice until we admitted women in 1969. So those are my two dates, first and foremost. My next question was, how do I see FFA changing in the future? Oh, also, by the way, as I've been stuck at home, I've had to do all my teaching to my little one. So we've been doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I just looked on the back here, and I saw this. Yesterday we went out and we laid down footprints and did plaster cast molds. For any of my natural resource people or my animal science people, this is a young black bear's plaster cast mold. We also did some gel molds, which we went and did, like we have a red fox here and a raccoon, and we just did molds the other day. We've also planted a whole bunch of stuff on the back porch and did a bunch of leaf presses and stuff. So if I don't get to be in classroom with you guys, at least I'm still teaching in a hand-to-hand. It's just with my little one who's 4 and not with a bunch of 18-year-olds. But it is sort of cool. But I had that on the back. I was wondering if anybody would be like, what the heck does he have on a plate back there? It's plaster cast molds. So my next question is, how does FFA move going forward? And for FFA to change in the future, it's really going to have more of a science base, in my opinion. You've heard me say that FFA is not just sows, plows, and cows anymore. My vision of FFA in the future is that we're going to incorporate some more science-based contests. Biotech, biotechnology, aquaculture, all science contests that we can move forward in the future. So those are things I'm going to be pushing for in my career, which, crazy enough, guys, I'm in year 12 of my teaching career. 18 more to go in my teaching career. I'm almost to the halfway point, and I have seen so much changes in agriculture just in my teaching career. I can only imagine what some of you guys coming out of high school now are going to see in the future.
Okay.
Which leads me to my last question. What officer position do you feel is the most important to an awesome program? And this, for me, there's a bunch of different answers, but I like to go back personally for me, and I would say I would pick the Sentinel. And here's why. The president, vice president, all of them, they get a lot of of important views. But the Sentinel is one of those intro-level officer positions. Usually give it to really upcoming sophomores and juniors on your officer team who've shown interest in moving the program forward. And the reason I always say the Sentinel is because it's where I got my start. It's where a lot of officers, I feel like, got their start. And guys, the Sentinel is a position where it means you're taking that next step. You're trying to be an officer. You're trying to move forward with the program. And the Sentinel guys, if you look at their description of their job, they're supposed to assist the president in maintaining order, keep the room comfortable, and be that first person you see when you enter the room. Their job is to be the foundations of what FFA are. Hard work, support, and socialization. Socialization even more important in the times we find ourselves in now. So, we're at the 10-minute mark, and I know the first minute and a half is you just watching me shuffle and get ready for this. But I told you I'd keep it short and sweet, because guess what, guys? You're on spring break now! Yes! Tomorrow is Good Friday, and then next week is spring break. I will not be posting anything new, supplementary or otherwise, for you guys to do. So catch up on these assignments I've posted. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. You know I'm just an email away. So, guys, you look at that other video I linked. It has an overview if you need to get a refresher on any of the FFA dates. That one's only about 10 minutes long as well. It just goes over the timeline real fast and gives me Mr. Manzer's flair to timeline. Guys, I appreciate you. I wish we were seeing each other every day, but I understand that this is the world we live in. Be safe. Don't make dumb decisions. And go out and make me proud to have all of you be my students. For my seniors, guys, crazy year, but you're almost done. I appreciate all of you guys. Mr. Manzer out.
Just writing happy.
Thanks.
Easter, happy Easter, happy Easter. Mama,
Mm-hmm.
can you use some gold on the back? This. She did color on the back of them